Alright guys, we've never actually done this before on this channel, but after our first video on moving from California to Texas, we received so many calls, texts, and emails that we decided that we needed to make a part 2. Because once you understand the big differences between California and Texas, there's still another layer nobody really talks about until you're actually getting ready to move. Not to mention, moving from California to Texas is a lot more than just swapping out palm trees for pickup trucks or trading one tax structure for another.
Things like how your monthly payment can change from one neighborhood to another, what you need to know about Texas homes, toll roads, commutes, weather, your driver's license, vehicle registration, and all the little things people usually wish they knew before the moving truck showed up.
So if you watch part 1 and you're like, okay, I understand the big differences, this video is everything we'd want you to know next before making the move from California to the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex. And one of these can cost you thousands if you overlook it when buying your next home. So yes, this video is part 2 of what it's like moving from California to Texas. Let's go ahead and dive into it.
Let's start with the number that relocation buyers usually focus on first. They'll say, this house is $650,000. Back home, this would have been $1.2 million. That's a steal. But the sales price is only one part of the equation.
Now, Texas obviously does not have a state income tax, which is very attractive for our folks moving from California to Dallas. Now, no state income taxes does not necessarily mean no tax surprises. Texas homeowners still deal with locally assessed property taxes, and those rates can vary city by city, school district, county, and additional taxing districts.
Two homes listed at the exact same price can have very different monthly payments. When we're helping someone relocate here, I compare payment versus payment, not just house A versus house B.
So yes, let's please look at your property taxes together. Look at the HOA, find out whether there's a PID or a MUD. Ask your local Texas realtor what a PID or a MUD is. Which, by the way, quick plug, Tara and I have helped hundreds of people move to and from Texas, so we're used to helping people proactively uncover some of these things that they may not have been thinking about. Please give us a shout. But yes, also look at the insurance quotes and look at your commute and tolls. After all, sometimes the house that is $20,000 cheaper on paper is actually more expensive to own every month. That is one area that California buyers can get very surprised.
You may save substantially on purchase price compared to those in California. However, that does not mean that monthly costs are going to be lower every time. If this will be your primary residence, understand the residence homestead exemption process after you purchase. Texas has no state property tax. Local taxing units assess the property taxes, and qualifying homeowners may receive exemptions that reduce the taxable value.
Now, next up, the house itself needs a different checklist. A California homeowner may be used to paying close attention to earthquake concerns, older foundations, hillside issues, or whether a home has been retrofitted.
First, foundation movement gets a lot of attention because our local area has expansive clay soil. That does not mean every crack is a disaster. Homes move, concrete moves, and drywall cracks. The point is to understand what you're looking at. A tiny crack can just be cosmetic, or it can be a clue to ask more questions.
A couple things to pay close attention to start with the drainage system, grading, gutters, whether water is being moved away from the foundation, large trees near the structure, and whether there are signs of a previous foundation repair. And of course, the roof is another big call out. After all, have you seen Texas hailstorms?
We get hail in North Texas. We get high winds. We get serious thunderstorms. So when you're buying a home, roof age and condition matter, not just because you want the house to look good in the inspection report. And your insurance company is going to care too. I would also look at HVAC age and performance. If you move here in October, you may not think twice about the air conditioner.
I promise you do not want your first Texas summer to be when you discover that your upstairs AC unit is hanging on by a thread. And if you're comparing an older established neighborhood to new construction, please don't assume new automatically means maintenance free. Get the inspection, please. Even us, when we bought this home brand new last year, it's August 2026 at the time of making this, but yes, we bought it almost a year ago to the day. We got a home inspection and had all the items that came up on the inspection addressed, and then we had an 11-month home inspection right before the builder warranty, the first year builder warranty expired. So yes, please get the home inspection. When you hire us, we're going to have 2 to 3 home inspectors that we've used over hundreds of homes that we've sold, so they've seen just about everything.
I am a big believer in inspecting new construction because a brand new home was still built by human beings with dozens of trades coming in and out of that property. The goal is not to be scared of Texas homes. You just need to know what you're looking for.
Now let's talk about something that California buyers can't negotiate with, and that's going to be Texas weather. California is huge, so obviously somebody moving from San Diego has a completely different climate experience than somebody coming from Sacramento, Tahoe, or the Inland Empire. Generally speaking, North Texas weather is going to feel much more dramatic.
Summers are hot. Not I'll crack the window hot. More like steering wheel has personally offended you hot. The humidity can be an adjustment depending on what part of California you're coming from. We can also get freezes, winter storms, severe thunderstorms, hail, high winds, and tornado watches.
And it changes how we evaluate a house. Do you have covered outdoor space? Is the garage actually large enough for your vehicles? Does the neighborhood have mature trees? How old are the HVAC systems? Where are the exterior hose bibs? Or does the home have a good place to shelter during severe weather?
And if you have kids, dogs, or just like to run outside, your summer routine can change. Early mornings and evenings become a lot more valuable. After your first July and August here, the pool culture makes a lot more sense.
That beautiful wall of west-facing windows looks completely different at 5:30 p.m. on an August afternoon, so please understand what direction the house faces.
Another adjustment people underestimate is the size of DFW. You can tell me you want to live in Dallas, but that can mean downtown Dallas, Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Prosper, Salina, Capel, Las Colinas, South Lake, Grapevine, Rockwall, or 20 other places depending on how you actually live.
Your perfect suburb can become the worst decision if your commute is wrong. So we work backwards from your normal week. Where do you work? How often are you going to commute? Which airport do you use? Where does your spouse work? Where are the kids going to school or playing extracurriculars?
Are you trying to be near nightlife, new construction, larger lots, or a walkable town center? Because a map does not tell you what that drive feels like in traffic. A route that says 24 miles does not mean 24 easy miles. In DFW, commute time matters more than mileage.
These are things we're uncovering during our discovery call or as we're getting to know you so that we can kind of work backwards and pinpoint the right area for you and your family. Toll roads are also very much part of a normal life here. The Dallas North Tollway, Sam Rayburn Tollway, the George Bush Turnpike, and others can make certain trips much more convenient. Please, you heard it here first, please get your toll tags before the NTTA sends you some love letters.
That is also why I don't push every relocation buyer to a newer neighborhood with the biggest house. If you work in Irving 3 days a week, your answer may be very different than somebody working from home full time. Start with the lifestyle, then find the house that fits it.
Now, for the part that nobody puts in a relocation highlight reel, it's going to be the sexiest topic of them all, and that's the paperwork. If you are bringing a vehicle from California, Texas requires new residents to register their vehicle within 30 days of moving here. Depending on where you live in DFW, an emissions inspection may be required before registration as well.
Your zip code can change the checklist. Collin, Dallas, Denton, Rockwall, Tarrant, and several other counties are among the counties with emission requirements for non-commercial vehicles. Then there's your driver's license. Texas DPS says that a new resident with a valid unexpired out-of-state license can legally drive with it for up to 90 days after moving to Texas.
And while you're handling the car, please go ahead and update your auto insurance as well. Let's not assume that your California policy or pricing will carry over the same way. Same thing with homeowners insurance. Let's start shopping that quote early because roof age, claims history, deductibles, and the specific home can all matter.
Treat your insurance quote like part of the inspection. It is boring, but handling it early makes the move a lot smoother.
Now let's get into the part of the video that's a little bit harder than putting in a spreadsheet, and we're talking about your lifestyle. For many of our West Coast buyers, whether it's California, Washington, or even further west in Hawaii, one of the first positive shocks for them is the amount of space here. More square footage, bigger garages, newer neighborhoods, community pools, and master planned amenities. You may go from a smaller lot and older home to a 4-bedroom house with a game room, office, and 3-car garage.
Then you realize somebody has to furnish all of these rooms. The suburban pattern is different too. A lot of North Texas communities are designed around the car. Close in Dallas usually means in the car, not walking. You may have an incredible neighborhood, great schools, restaurants, grocery stores, and sports facilities nearby, but nearby might still mean a 10-minute drive.
If you're moving from a walkable California neighborhood and you love stepping outside for coffee, groceries, dinner, and nightlife, you need to be intentional about where you choose to live here. Places like Uptown, Lower Greenville, Bishop Arts, parts of Las Colinas, Legacy West, and downtown Plano and downtown McKinney can give you more of that energy, but most DFW suburbs are still car-oriented.
Another adjustment is how much family activity can happen inside the neighborhood. Pools, playgrounds, trails, youth sports, community events. Many of the newer master plan areas lean heavily into that. For a lot of families, that's a huge win. For somebody who wants dense urban energy every night, maybe not. Neither is better, it just depends on how you actually live.
So if we were moving from California, we would probably not be asking what's the best suburb. That question is a little too broad. We would narrow it down to just 5 questions. Number 1, what monthly payment am I actually comfortable with after taxes, insurance, and HOA fees? Number 2, where am I commuting and how often?
Number 3, do I want newer construction and amenities or an established neighborhood in a more central location? Number 4, how important are schools, youth sports, and neighborhood amenities? And number 5, what does my normal weekend actually look like? And if you spend every weekend at restaurants, concerts, pro sports, and the airport, location may matter more than the extra 500 square feet.
If you work from home, have 3 kids, and you want a neighborhood pool, trails, and a newer house, you may happily trade proximity to downtown for space. If you want land, privacy, and a little bit slower of a pace, we can push further out, but we want you to understand what that does to your drive.
That is really the point of part 2. Moving from California to Dallas can open up very different housing and lifestyle options. But the move works best when you're not trying to recreate California in Texas. You're figuring out what version of Texas actually fits your lifestyle.
And that may be a completely different suburb than what your one coworker said or the one TikToker or even YouTube channel told you about. The right home in the wrong part of DFW for you and your situation is still the wrong home or the wrong situation.
So guys, that's part 2 of moving from California to Dallas, Texas. If part 1 was the big picture move, that is the stuff I want you thinking about before you pick the house. The real monthly payment, the condition of the home, weather, commute, paperwork, and most importantly, how you actually want to live once you get here.
If you're thinking about making the move to California, to Dallas, Texas, or just North Texas overall, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. All of our contact info is pinned in the top comment below. Please like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for future updates. And lastly, if you want to see what another great North Texas suburb is like, check out this video by clicking here.